Ben 10 Omniverse 2. You've probably never heard of this game. I haven't either. You see, this is a gamer's legacy, and I have to play my whole catalog of games. Ben 10 Omniverse 2, though, is one of these games that, I'm going to be honest, I have no idea I had this game at all, or even where I got it from. But as per the rules of this challenge, which you can find in the link of the description, I have to complete it because this is a gamer's legacy. We open up the game with a previous save file. I guess I played this game before, but I don't remember anything about it. So I decided to start over and play the game from the beginning. With a new game, we can learn how to play and maybe understand the story behind this game. But before we start, I decided to look at some of the upgrades that are in the game and familiarize myself with them. But I kinda just wanted to play the game, so I hopped into the first level called Stowaway. A. Okay, so that's how we punch. We have a stamina ball. Oh. So basically, the game is all about transforming and beating levels. That's basically it. I mean, they have little things like collecting characters or the field guide, which is basically achievements. Other than that though, there's not much to do other than beating up enemies. Which leads me to my next point. The objective is to beat the game. Yeah, that's basically it. I'm not going to try to 100% the game since I lack knowledge of anything Ben 10 related. So I'm not that dedicated, but I can definitely defeat the final boss and complete the game. I guess we should go over the transformations. So for the first transformation, we got XLR8 is just speed, with his attacks being fast and speedy. The next transformation is Beetle is just a beetle with him biting being his main attack and shooting energy beams from his horn. Also, I learned how to double jump in the first level, so that's pretty cool. I can double jump? You know I can double jump. Anyway, we move on to the next transformation, which is Gravitak uses gravity to attack opponents, which is actually one of the better concepts of attacks through these kind of transformations in this game. But we complete this level way faster than I expected, by the way. I then decide to look at one of the upgrades, which have a bunch of mumbo jumbo in it. It's honestly not that important, but I look at the characters as well, which is kind of cool to know the names, but it's not too important. Then I decide to look at the field guide, which is basically a bunch of achievements that aren't really that important. Good thing I'm not focused on all that though. The only focus is to complete the game, so the upgrades, characters, and field guide aren't really the most important thing here. We go into level 2, and honestly, it was a cakewalk. We just had to take down some enemies, honestly. Plus, we have Rook helping us, so we completed that level with ease. So we move on to level 3 called Communications. We defeated some enemies and got a new character, which is called Big Chill. Basically has ice attacks with wings, which I thought you could fly with, but apparently no. He's pretty cool. Get it? You get the joke, pretty cool. Anyway, I used him to take out some enemies and complete the level. We go to the next level called Jeans Shopping, and we talk to this old guy who says a bunch of random stuff. Honestly, I was not following the story. The only cool thing about this game were the transformations. We then see this random guy called an Excursion, and he leaves a new character for us called Bullfrag. Has a long tongue and can jump high like a frog. Yeah, Not the best transformation, but he was okay. We got through the level finding lasers and a bunch of random dialogue happens with it ending the level. Not much to say about this level, honestly. So we go into the next level called vent hopping, and it was basically a fighting level with just taking out enemies. Nothing new to say about this, so we move on. After looking at some of the upgrades, we go to the next level, which is called Shuttle Shuffle. In this level, we get a new character called Guy basically shoots out energy beams, and that's pretty much it. He's not really even a good character per se, so I didn't really use him that much. Anyway, we beat the enemies and complete the level. Finally though, we have our first boss of the game, who was okay. I wasn't playing my best, and I was still beating him, so he's overall pretty easy to handle. You on, baby. Level 7 though was the best level I have played so far, because we have one of the best characters, which is Wild Mutt. Is so OP because you can constantly combo with him with his bites, and so the enemy can't even do anything when you're just stunning them for as long as possible. Anyway, we fight this alien guy with a robot suit, but we take him down and move on to the next level. The next level contained a new character named Upchuck. Basically sticks out his tongue and uses it to attack. Yeah, this character was mid-sec. We came across Thunder Pig though, with this cool animation, but he was a piece of cake to handle. The next level, we have a character called Wrath. Literally just punches and jumps on enemies. That's it. But his design is cool, so that gives him some extra points. We complete the level though with relative ease and move on to the next level. On to the next level, our transformation is kinda cool, with his name being Crash Hopper. Is a grasshopper, but he uses his legs to attack and can jump really high, so he has a decent transformation. Otherwise though, there's not much to say about this level, so we move on. We enter the level reboarding with these two old guys just informing us about stuff. Honestly, I wasn't even paying attention at this point because it made no sense. Maybe because I never played or even watched Ben 10 before. Anyway, we get introduced to our new transformation, who is Diamond Head's ability is to control and manipulate crystals and throw crystal balls. Otherwise though, not much to say about him. It's kinda unique, I guess. It's better than most. What's more interesting though is that we got 3 more extra characters beside him. So I decided to use the next character, who is arguably the best transformation Ben has, and his name is Feedback. Is awesome with his character design, and he can combo extend infinitely, I think. So he is really cool, right? He shoots electricity, which if you looked at my channel name, well, you would understand why. I find him kind of cool. Anyway though, just look at how much he combos. This is insane. If you don't even get interrupted once, you can probably do this for as long as you want, and you can just kill them. Like that, it's just that simple. Yeah, he's definitely my favorite character though, like. We move on to the next level, which is a boss level actually. It was mildly difficult, but I was able to handle it and was able to defeat him. Overall though, that was a pretty cool boss level. So we move on to the next level with a new transformation called Shock Squatch can also use electric attacks and in my favorite color as well. So he would be my second favorite because he can't combo extend. But he has a pretty cool design overall. I also decided to use one of the characters we got from before, whose name is Arctigrana, who shoots ice breath from his mouth, attacks enemies. Which is okay, I guess, but we complete the level and move on to hatching a plan. Get introduced to our next character named Heat Blast can control fire and use it to his advantage. He's honestly pretty cool with one of the better character designs as well. Heat Blast was getting weak though at the end, so I used feedback to clear the level. We move on to the next level with one of the characters that we haven't used too much. Cannonbolt can curve into a ball and roll. Yeah, that's it. But he's not too bad, I guess. He's pretty good as a character. He attacks well and hurts enemies pretty easily as well, so that's a plus. Overall, though, wasn't too much. The next level, we get our next character who's named Forearms is really strong and has 4 arms. Yeah, that's it. Not the best concept of a character, but that completes all the transformations we needed to get through. All we have to do now is just complete the game. The next level shows my favorite character, Feedback, and we clear the level pretty easily since he is the best character in the game. Anyway, the next level, we use Shock Squatch to take out the enemies, and yeah, that was no sweat at all. Honestly, suddenly we go to the next level and final showdown already? Dang, okay. Already a boss level. Honestly, I thought this game was going to take way longer than I expected. But it was very short, right? But this boss was weird because it didn't have a health bar, so I was kind of confused on what to do. Then I realized I had to push it off, so I pushed it off and we won the battle. Then we go to the credits with us fighting some enemies. If I were to rank this game, right, it's definitely not better than Super Mario 3D Land, the last game I played, so I can confidently rank this game a 3.5 out of 10. It's not the best game since it was so short and easy, and the story is not easy to follow. But maybe I'm wrong. Tell me what you think in the comments. Anyway, have a blessed day.